I've been away for a while, and the reason is because I was on vacation in Station Square, a city where the famous Sonic the Hedgehog occasionally visits. Now, you might be wondering, why would you want to visit Station Square? Well, first, I have to tell you my criteria for what makes a good vacation spot. There are 5 main things that I look for when judging a place: food, lodging, transportation, entertainment, and people. Food is, of course, the selection of things to eat that are available from places like restaurants and stores. Lodging is the group of places to sleep and stay. Transportation is how easy it is to get around in a place. Entertainment is kind of a catch-all for the different interesting things to do in a location. And finally, people is how engaging and nice the population is. Let's start with food. When it comes to food in Station Square, your options are a bit limited in this city. There's a burger joint in the business district which is just called Burger Shop. For some reason, their mascot is just an old man. If you want, you can pick him up and drag him around town. There's another spot to eat at which is called Good Food Station Square Diner. Or maybe they're just called Station Square Diner and good food is what they sell there. I can't really see what's inside, so I don't know what kind of food they sell, but according to them, it's pretty good. Station Square also has a cake shop called Cake Shop. So if you're looking for some dessert, here you go. If you're willing to obtain your food in less legal ways, there's the black market where you can buy apples, mushrooms, and exotic fruits. So while there are a few places to get some grub, Station Square is not exactly brimming with choices when it comes to cuisine. 3 out of 5 stars. Next up is lodging. Thankfully, Station Square does have a hotel that you can stay at. Unfortunately, it seems to be the only one in town, and as far as I can tell, there aren't any houses or apartments or, well, any other places to lay your head at night, although I guess there are a few benches in the business district. Considering it is the only place to stay in town, I'm surprised the hotel manager hasn't gouged the prices to insane levels. The hotel itself is fine, I suppose. There's a pool in the back, and the hotel has very quick access to the casino and the train station, so the hotel is in a really good area. However, as a whole, I can only give the lodging in Station Square a 1 out of 5 stars. Let's move on to transportation. Transportation in the city is actually quite good. There's a taxi service that runs through the city, but if you're feeling particularly cheap, you can always jump on some guy's Lambo and catch a ride that way. The drivers in Station Square are surprisingly chill, so they don't have a problem giving you a free ride. There's also a train service in the city, which is quite nice. If there is one issue with the train, it's the fact that apparently the working conditions there aren't great, considering at one point the workers at the train station actually go on strike, causing all of the trains in Station Square to shut down for some time. As for other forms of transportation, if you have a car or you can run super fast, there's a major highway called Speed Highway that takes you to different places around the city. Although I'd be careful considering there are tons of police around just waiting to give you a ticket. Probably the city's most interesting form of transportation are the instant teleportation machines, which can warp you to a few other locations outside of town. However, the best part about the city's transportation is that you don't really need the majority of the transportation methods, considering most places of interest are within walking distance of one another. 5 out of 5 stars. Moving right along, our next category is entertainment. You can't go on vacation without checking out some of the city's hotspots, and luckily, Station Square has a few. Like I mentioned before, there is a hotel with a pool. Although, if you are short, be careful because you can drown. If swimming isn't your thing, you can always just relax poolside with a tropical drink. It's a fairly popular spot for people to hang out, so you'll most likely have at least one person to talk to there. The pool is right by the beach too, so if you prefer your water with a bit less chlorine and a bit more salt, then there you go. If you're looking to spend money, there are a few stores to check out in Station Square, like a bookstore. There's also a glasses store, but for some reason in the windows they advertise watches. Apparently there's a record store as well called KDR Records. Unfortunately, you can't go in and see what kind of tunes they've got in there. If you're looking for the latest scoops, there is a newsstand where you can see what's going on in the city. There's also this place called ATOZ School, or maybe it's ATOZ School. I'm not exactly sure what this school is even for, but hey, it's a school, so I guess you can learn something there. There's an antique shop that doesn't get much business that's run by this old guy. It sells a whole bunch of random stuff like robot toys and this giant golden egg. There's a similar store called DEC Goods, which from what I can see through the windows, also seems like it just sells a bunch of random junk. One of the most notable attractions of Station Square is Twinkle Park, an amusement park with a castle aesthetic, and man is this place cool. There's a roller coaster, go-karts, a carousel, and even bowling. Twinkle Park even has a special promotion where couples can get in for free. I wonder how exactly they make money from this event. I mean, I've heard of places allowing women to get in for free or for some sort of discount, because if women come, then of course the thirsty men are going to be lining up to pay to get in, but allowing couples to get in for free seems a bit too generous. I don't get how they profit from that. I mean, I guess they're hoping that you become a fan of Twinkle Park and you might decide to come back later after the promotion is over. Besides Twinkle Park, likely the most exciting form of entertainment in Station Square is the casino. I think it's called Casinopolis, but it also might be called Casino Ken or Ken's Playroom, which, I hope it's not called that. The casino is a huge attraction. I even met a fellow out-of-towner who couldn't wait to lose all of her money gambling. Speaking of gambling, this city has a really bad gambling problem. It seems like a lot of people are addicted to it. Though, to be fair, the casino is pretty nice. They've got slot machines that you can just whack and get money to come out, and they've also got pinball tables to play. For some reason though, sometimes losing a game of pinball will send you into the sewers of the casino, which is not particularly pleasant, especially the smell. However, you can shower for free in the casino to wash off all the gunk and goo. All in all, there's plenty to do in this city, so 5 out of 5 stars. Finally, we have our last category, the people. The people in Station Square are a mixed bag. Well, actually that's not true. They mostly suck. I already touched on the gambling problem that quite a few people have, but this place also has a kid abandonment issue. There's this one lady who leaves her child practically every night to go to the casino. There's another poor kid who roams the streets at night itching to lose their allowance at the casino. The most heartbreaking example is this one kid who waits by the train station for her dad to come home every evening. I get you gotta work to keep the lights on, but man, you gotta come home more than once in a blue moon, buddy. Those are probably the worst issues that the town is dealing with, but there are other issues too, like this two-timing guy who's dating multiple women at the same time. If anything, I guess that at least confirms that there's an active dating scene in Station Square. There's also this one creepy lady who spends all her time just stalking this poor dude who works at the burger shop. Like I mentioned, the people here mostly stink, but at the very least, their stories are interesting. So, 2 out of 5 stars. Let's go over all of the rankings for Station Square. That's 3 out of 5 stars for food, 1 out of 5 stars for lodging, 5 out of 5 stars for transportation, 5 out of 5 stars for entertainment, and 2 out of 5 stars for people. Overall, that gives Station Square a pretty mid rating of 3.2 out of 5 stars. If you're someone who enjoys the exciting activities and nightlife, then Station Square is a great place to visit for a few days. But I wouldn't recommend you try and live here or even stay for an extended period of time. The mediocre selection of food, very low amount of places to stay, questionable working conditions, and honestly awful people make it not a great place to settle down. But there you have it. That was my review of Station Square. Let me know if any of you have ever taken a stop by there and tell me your thoughts on the city. I do hear that the weather in Station Square is typically pretty good, so if you do plan to go, you don't have to worry about flooding or anything like that. Oh, and be sure to give me some suggestions for some other vacation spots in the comments. That's all I have to say for today, so thanks for watching y'all, and have a great rest of your day.